Hello, water signs. Welcome to your mid-February reading. I won't take up your time with announcements because I'm late. Oh, here we go again with this. Okay. So anyway, I'm not going to take up your time with announcements because I'm hella late and whatnot or whatever. So I'm just going to jump into each of these signs. So we're going to start with Cancer. Then I'm going to go to Pisces. And then lastly, Scorpio. And I will do the service of time stamping this. So, first sign is Cancer. So I'm going to get an overall energy for Cancer, please, Spirit. Anything that Cancer needs to know, anything of utmost importance. Woo! And my cards go everywhere. And I dropped my amethyst. What is happening in America? I'm not going to take these, but I'm going to tell you what they are. The first one says, surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action. Okay, so maybe I should take these. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. In past life relationship, you have known each other before. Yeah, I'm going to take those because that feels right. And those are the only ones that fell face up, Cancer. This is interesting. More or less to me, main thing here, this looks like this is going to be a love reading. But it's more or less needing to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your own judgment. Trust that spirit is leading you and guiding you in reference to this situation. There has to be forgiveness and learning in reference to the healing of wounds, right? Whether this be specifically for a past person or circumstance, situation, what have you. Oh my gosh, what is going on in America? Okay. Past person, past situation, or circumstance, like if there's a person in particular that you have in mind, and trusting spirit in reference to that connection, or if it's just calling someone into your life, right? So, spirit, give me a central energy. And a challenge, please, Spirit. Cancer, mid-February into March. All right, central energy, we have the Eight of Swords. That's challenged by, that's a tussy. Chariot, what's behind you, what's before you, what is above you, and what is below you, Cancerian person. So, funny thing is, I would say, you're in your head. The only block is yourself, you know? It's a drive to move forward. It's a yearning to move forward, but it's feeling as if one can't move forward. And I feel like the only reason why that is oneself. Another thing is the fact that I feel like it's a tad bit of not being able to trust oneself. I feel like it's a little bit of relying too much on the external environment, whether that be people or circumstances, or needing to see things manifest in a physical sense prior to making a move, right? But I kind of feel it in the sense of people. So thank you, Spirit. The key is, when you think about the Eight of Swords, the way out of, let me show it to you. Oh my God. I always drop cards. Look at that. The way out is to follow this pathway, right? Because all the swords are behind her. If she were to follow the water path, it would lead her to her way out. Now, what is that water pathway but her emotions? So the reason why there is the illusion of stagnation or being stuck or in a rut or not knowing how to move forward, right, is because one is trying to make a decision from like a heart-based decision from their mind. And that's the reason why things aren't moving, because it's a need to follow your emotions, to trust your heart, right? And that's the only thing I see that's holding you back from what it is that you want. That's why it's a need to trust oneself. And I feel like this lack of trust for the self is intricately related to whatever this wound is, you know? Whatever happened to you past tense. Even if it's a past life issue. And for that reason, I would say, if you haven't already, to look at the weekly reading, because I talked about all of that and how to find it in your chart and all that other kind of good stuff. So anyway, past influence is the Four of Cups. Yeah, man, you ain't happy. You're bored as shit. Below energy is the Queen of Swords. Your above energy is the Death card. This is getting so beautiful, Cancer. I cannot even. Oh my God. And then what's before you is the High Priestess. Whew. So we got 3 major arcanas. So let me tell you something, Cancer. In your recent past, the realization that you came to is the fact that there is a lack of happiness. It's boredom and discontentment. It's looking around your life and saying, like, what is this? Like, what is this even? You know? It's almost like we talk about being in transitional phases. I get the sense that it's almost like being in a long-lasting transitional period. You know? It's like just being bored to death with humdrum monotony. It's like, what is this? You know what I mean? And it's you making the decision that instead of staying stuck, that you were going to do something different, right? Take a step forward. But it's almost as if you took a step forward and right into a mental prison. But the beautiful thing about this is you got trapped in this prison to pump your brakes. So it's almost like spirit working with you in a sense, because it's a transformation that's happening here with you, right? So it's more or less you got trapped in this mental prison to pump your brakes, because spirit is allowing you the opportunity to descend into your heart space. Because I feel like your heart space was closed off based on some wounding past tense. And I don't feel like this is like recent past, like where the Four of Cups is, but I mean like distant past tense. And that's what we talked about in the weekly reading the week prior to this, where we talked about, you know, childhood wounds and stuff. So whether if it's something that resonates with this week or last week, what have you, check both of those out. It'll give you more insight, so I don't want to take up too much time discussing that here since we already talked about that. But it's more or less like learning to forgive yourself for you allowing other people to take advantage of you, or you participating in your own, I don't want to say demise because that's very dramatic, but you participating in your own dishonoring, you know, by putting up with maltreatment or settling for less than, you know what I mean? And that's going to start to forge this trust in yourself from learning the lessons from those past experiences. And I discussed that before too, of like, oh, you know, I didn't have boundaries, so I know now I need to set boundaries. So it's releasing those wounds from past experiences, learning the lessons and learning how to trust oneself again. And this is like kind of the last leg of that transformation. So you being in this like stagnant mental place is actually the best place, because with the Death being your above energy and the Queen of Swords being your below energy, it's like this is showing you this is the spiritual happenings, right? What's intangible, and this is what's coming out the other end tangibly, right? Like the Queen of Swords is someone who's integrated her experience. She's a transformed being. It's like she turned her wounds into wisdom. She allowed her wounding to make her better as opposed to bitter, right? So now she's able to allow people to come close. And that's whether you're he or she. She allows people to come close, but it's having pristine judgment of knowing my lessons and garnering wisdom from my past. So knowing what to cut out, like when to cut out the bullshit, right? And then, of course, moving forward with the High Priestess, it's you sitting in your place of power. It's now you not only utilizing logic, but also utilizing discernment, you know, utilizing universal wisdom, you know, and you more or less being the revealer. And like we talked about in the weekly reading as well, it's like you possessing the keys. It's understanding that you are both the author and the heir of your actions. And trusting that power, sitting in that power, embracing that power, and really in tuning with your inner GPS and allowing that to guide you. Now, with this transformation that's happening with you guys on an individual level, I see this more or less as you going into an energy now that's going to draw in something that you want. And I feel that that's a soulmate kind of energy. You know what I mean? Because we have past life relationship here. So this could be a person very soon that you're going to meet that, you know, you're going to have that, like, I feel like I know you. You know what I mean? They're going to have that familiarity. And at the bottom of your deck, it's the 5 of Cups. And I'm seeing that is where you guys are now. I feel like probably up into this present moment, you guys have probably been feeling pretty sad and not even 110% sure why that was exactly. But it's you kind of descending into that darkness. You know what I mean? Especially with the whole full moon thing, you know? It's more or less you descending into that darkness. You know? Ooh, shucky ducky Cancer. This could be the one, dag nabbit son of a gun. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Oh, 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 oh. This might be someone from your past. It could be. You know? This could be someone that you're newly dating. This could be, you know, someone from the past that didn't work out with. Maybe y'all went on one date or something along those lines, you know? But I don't feel like it's going to be a psychotic past partner that's, you know, coming back to wreak more havoc in your life, because I don't really feel like you're about that life. But of course, it could be a Cancer person, or it could be a Pisces. Wow, this is all water signs. It could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio person, to be quite honest. And of course, you know, it could also be like an air sign person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But yeah, man, that it's looking good. So you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So it could be someone from your past, but I am stressing the fact that this is not about to be nobody that's toxic, because we ain't got time for that. We had about enough of that. Okay. So we're moving on to Pisces. Pisces. So if I could just sum that up for you really quick, Cancer, the whole focus is here is healing those past wounds. If you've been feeling kind of sad and depressed, that's the transformation that's happening, right? And it's you learning to trust your heart again. Whatever experience may have ignited this, where it was a recent breakup, or if it's a past wound that kind of got revealed under this full moon energy, right? It's you learning your lessons from that, learning to trust yourself, and allowing yourself to open up to this new partnership opportunity, because there is a person that is coming very soon if you have not met them already, right? Oh, timestamp 1344 for Pisces. Okay. Hope my eyelash didn't fall off. Hello, Pisces. Let me put this back in this deck. How have you been, Pisces? Have you been well? I love you guys. Y'all are so amazing. Okay, Spirit. Please give me clear, indirect guidance for my Pisces people. It is now Pisces season. My mommy's birthday is tomorrow. Clear, indirect guidance for my Pisces, please. Spirit, anything they need to know, anything of utmost importance, as that come to the forefront in this here reading. Spirit, and I thank you in advance, because I know you're good for it. Spirit. Pisces, mid-February, going into March. As I'm shuffling, the 7 of Cups and the Fool fell out. Oh, yeah, baby. You're going to make a decision to start fresh, Pisces, between now and the end of February. A little extra intel for you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull an overall energy for you guys from my little oracle deck. That's not a little oracle deck because it's buku oracle decks in one deck. You know what I'm saying? So, Spirit, what does Pisces need to know? What's of utmost importance, please, Spirit? What messages do we have? Okay, that one wants to come out. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy and retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I feel like one more. Whoa, really? The situation will improve. Interesting. So it's almost like there is a recalibration or a regrouping that's going on. I'm just making sure I don't have any cards that turn backwards. It's like there's a recalibration or regrouping that's going on with Pisces right now. And I'm seeing passion, interestingly. It's more or less allowing Pisces. It's almost as if good things are happening for you, right? Good things are happening for you, but that scares the crap out of you. And there's a need for allowing. You know what I mean? And I know things have been cray-cray for Pisces for a while now, but it's kind of reminding me of that Libra energy where things are looking up for them, but it's having been disappointed so many times that it's almost like things going well is scaring you because it's the thought of like, what if I lose it? And it's a need to step back into flow. Water sign. First card that comes out your central energy is the King of Wands. Challenge. What's behind you? What's before you? What's above you? And what's below you? And then it says the situation will improve. So I'm more or less seeing, and then we have the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'm more or less seeing that it's like being frozen in fear, right? Being frozen in fear, but it's a need to follow your bliss, to allow yourself to be engulfed by that passionate feeling, especially with your central energy being the King of Wands, right? Because I'm seeing that here. So it's a need to kind of retreat, to kind of regroup a little bit. Because I feel like with the Two of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck, it's almost as if, similar to Cancer as well, as like this mental space. Because with the Two of Swords, of course, that's like a card of ambivalence. That's when I have 50% in, 50% out. 1 foot in the future, 1 foot in the past, and presently, I'm going to topple over, right? So I feel like you guys need to retreat. The spiritual goal, more or less, is attuning to the energy of allowing, right? To allow the situation to flow through you, to not really grasp on. So especially if this is like funky energy that you're feeling with the full moon, it's to not grasp hold of those emotions, right? So say if you're feeling depression or confused, lost, ambivalent, anything of the sort, it's to allow those feelings to flow. It's experience them, feel them, allow them to flow through you, but don't grasp hold of them, meaning you become them. So instead of like you temporarily feeling depressed or sad, you know, it's grabbing hold to it and saying, I am depressed, I am sad, right? That's not what you want to do. You want to allow that to flow through you. So I feel like you guys may have kind of pulled back from everyone right now because there's a need to kind of find your center. And that center that needs to be found is whatever you're on the fence about. It's making the choice to either be all in or all out, because you'll continue to feel this ambivalence and this back and forth, right? The situation is going to improve. It's going to get better. So whatever it is you guys are dealing with. But main key is here, the King of Wands is attuning to your passion. It's like follow your bliss, follow your passion, follow that which is in alignment with your greatest joy, right? The challenge is the Knight of Cups. Your past influence is the Judgment card. Oh yeah, baby. Below energy, yeah, there goes that sadness. The Five of Cups. Your above energy is the Star. Boo, I need you to not worry. Going forward, we have the Ace of Pentacles. The situation will improve. Heck yeah, it will. Especially with our good old wishy wish card. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, things have shifted for you guys. I just feel like it's a need to catch up to that. So more or less, like, this is your time of comeuppance, right? But I feel like it's just a little bit of residue that you guys are releasing. But it's more or less, this is being divinely orchestrated. It's just a need for you to kind of catch up with the energies that are kind of rushing over you right now. So you've been called out from the dead, from a time of wishing, hoping, when are things going to get better, when are things going to change, and disappointment and stagnation and nothing's working, and why am I trying and things still aren't manifesting. It's almost in an instant you guys were called out of that. You went into full-on resurrection mode. Even now, you guys feel the harmonious, vibratory, just cleansing, authentic vibes that are kind of looming over you. I feel like you guys sense that. But I feel presently, these two things are in contrast with each other. So this is what our Two of Swords is representing. It's this being very, that right there. This being very familiar to me. This is what you know. This is where you've been for a while. I sense this, but it's like I want to take a step towards this. I want to believe this is happening for me, but it's like I've been disappointed before. But if you notice with the Five of Cups, your little harmoniousness is right there. It's already here, dude. So the thing is whether it's physically or energetically, this is your physical manifestation of what it is you guys have been sensing in your spirit. Like, it's coming. The situation will improve. The energies are here. It's just the only thing that needs to happen at this point, right, is for you to attune to it and believe it. For some of you guys, this is going to be a love offer from a King of Wands person, right? And I feel like this is going to be more or less a relationship that's very much what you wished for, hoped for, wanted, needed, daydreamed about and things of the sort. So this is almost the last residue of this last cycle that's fading away here. And I feel like this is more fear space than anything. But the whole thing is like, dude, wholeheartedly, Pisces, do something crazy. You know what I mean? Like with the Seven of Cups and the Fool that fell out. Do something crazy. Take a chance. And leave that 50% that's here behind and go full gusto into this. You know what I'm saying? Attune to this. By attuning to your passion, believing that everything is about to line up the way that you've been waiting for a very long time. Because what could you possibly lose? Take a chance on hope, right? Hope for the best, right? So you can kind of buzz on that high right now. And then when this beautiful Ace of Pentacles comes in, we can really start talking about celebrating. Whether that's money, whether that's a new job offer, or it's a love offer. Whatever it is, it's very much going to be in alignment with you. But if you feel the need to just, kind of take a step back a little bit, just to kind of clear your head, totally cool. But just make sure that this is the end goal in all of this. If there is if there is grief, if there's a need to grieve, have your season and your time for that, but make sure to return to the present, to attune to your bliss, your passion, to allow, to trust and believe and to hope again, because, things have changed, my dear. Oh, I'll pull one more card for y'all. And then we're moving on to Scorpio. Can I get one more card for Pisces, please, Spirit? Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. You're scared. I get it. You're terrified. You want to know. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening. Allow. Allow, Pisces. That's your 2 words for now until the end of February. Hope and allow. Wait. Right? Notice he has a little sword wand looking thing here, right? That to me is manifestation. You sitting in your power, sitting in your passion, attuning to that frequency, this is what is drawing this in, right? So there is no need to worry or wonder. It's just waiting, allowing, and knowing without the shadow of a doubt, things are about to improve, right? You're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you're desiring. You're going to get what's in alignment with you. Just trust it. Know it. Dag nabbit. Son of a gun, Pisces. I said. I love your friggin' face. So now on to Scorpio. Let me timestamp Scorpio. 26. 2601. Alrighty. Scorpio. Let me shuffle your deck. Okay, Spirit. Please give me clear and direct guidance for my Scorpios, please, Spirit. For the middle of February, going into the end of February and into March, please. Is there anything that they need to know? Anything of utmost importance? I ask that comes to the forefront in this reading, please. Spirit, you heard me. I ask that come to the forefront in this reading, please, Spirit. And I thank you in advance because I know you're good for it. And what not or whatever. Yay. Okay, so we're going to get an overall energy for Scorpio. So anything that Scorpio needs to know, Spirit. Scorpio. Whoa, Scorpio. That is a lot of cards, Scorpio. Oh, man. Hold on, let me see what these cards say. They all fell face up. We have reconsider, self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's the inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. I had that realization today myself. If you believe, do you believe alive after love? I feel something inside myself. I really don't think I'm strong enough now. I'm really singing Cher. What is happening to my life? Keep an open mind. That's me keeping an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Yo, Scorpio, I can tell you already, y'all got a lot going on. But this may just be a bunch of you. Whew. Cancel, clear, delete. Backspace, delete that. Use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Now, in all of this seems to be a theme. For those of you where it's your love life isn't being affected by literal children, it can be being affected by your inner child, right? So there's a need to do a little bit of thought hygiene, being cognizant about what it is you're thinking. And this is a conversation that I had a couple of times today. Because I realized last night something I was thinking, and I was like, whoa, that's self-sabotage, right? And it's something I've been talking about with a lot of my clients today, of how it is we put ourselves in certain situations where it's like a double bind, and we'll end up externalizing like our inner two of swords kind of state. You know what I mean? So we don't have to necessarily take responsibility to say that I'm scared, right? And then it also goes to what I kind of felt in the air sign readings, where it's a mental block. You know, it's like something that you have thought or believed for so long that it's become second nature, right? So it's no longer at a point where one would think that it's a false belief or anything of the sort. It's reality. Like, this is what it is type of deal. So it's more or less a need to, it's a lot of mental energy that I'm picking up here. So it's more or less being more cognizant of your thoughts. So if it's something that you're feeling negative about, right? Or something you're keeping yourself from, what have you, you know what I mean? Or something that you may be saying is possible or not possible. It's kind of reminded me with Cancer, and Scorpio did come up in Cancer's reading. It's more or less like a past tense thing. That's why I say inner child, you know, is needing to open your mind to more positivity and to reconsider what you're thinking, and knowing that anything that you desire is possible if you believe, but seeing that all of that is intricately related to, intricately related to past tense, past wounds, childhood issues, you know, internalizing the external voice of a parental figure, what have you. The two cards that fell out is the Eight of Swords and the Devil. That's mental energy, man. This is literally the unequivocal symbolism in tarot of mental bondage, ruminating negative thoughts. It's becoming in bondage and a prisoner to one's own mental space. And it's kind of driving home because with the self-sabotage card, you see her eyes are covered. Eyes are covered. It's not seeing things clearly, right? Our mind is that powerful, you know? So it's bringing, this is like kind of what I talked about. I think that was I don't remember if that was in the weekly reading or just in the air sign readings. But I was saying that with this energy, the full moon energy, it's things that have been holding you. Yeah, that was the weekly energy. Things that have been holding you back for a very, very, very long time, that have been right under your nose, are going to be brought to the forefront. This is one of those things. The only thing that has prevented you from getting what it is that you want is being in bondage to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of discussed that with Taurus too. And of course, you know, Scorpio, Taurus are opposite signs of there being extremism that was created, where it was a self-defeating thought process, in the sense that it was creating standards, goals, and ideals that were so completely unobtainable that you had no choice but to remain in this bondage. And then for others of you, this could be a Capricorn person, right? Or it could be a Capricorn parent, past tense. What's behind you, what's before you, what's above you, and what is below you. All right, so the challenge. We got the Eight of Pentacles. What's behind you? We have the King of Swords. What's below you? We have the Six of Cups. What is above you? We have the Ten of Pentacles. And what is before you is the Four of Pentacles. This is hilarious. Scorpio, I cannot with y'all. First of all, so past tense. Going back to saying how this, and I'm going to clarify this just in case what's below your deck. The Fool. So there's there's a need for a new start. So it's almost like, God, how am I hearing this? Like a mental cleanse? Is that how I'm hearing that? It's almost, oh, wow. You know how like last year everybody was like saying throw the whole 2018 away? It's a vibe kind of like that. It's like, throw the whole thing away, throw the whole model away, throw the whole schematic away, throw the whole system away. Like, however it was that you were approaching life, or whatever approach you had, or schematic methodology would have you. It's almost like, throw the whole thing away, because none of that works. You know? It's like, now having this intel and this information and knowing that the issue is not external. You know what I'm saying? It's how I'm perceiving things. It's my perception. It's how it is I'm interpreting things that I'm seeing outside of me. Right? It's more or less, throw the rest of that away. You know, now I'm here, Erica, but baby, y'all getting songs, huh? You gon' hurt your back. Can't hold it back like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Anyway. But yeah, man, it's throwing all the baggage away. Minimalism. It's like going back to the bare basics, right? And with this King of Swords person, and that's your overall energy, but with this King of Swords person, there could be more or less, this can be you, I'm going to clarify it, like you making the decision to get to the bottom of this, right? That could be you standing in your power, but looking at the fact that it was negatively aspected, because I don't read the after tarot in the reverse, because the entire deck is already in the reverse. So to read it in the reverse would kind of be like reading it upright. I ain't got time for all that, you know. My little ADD, you know, I can't be getting confused and things. But anyway, but with the King of Swords, looking at the fact that it was negatively aspected, I take that into account how I'm seeing this, and the King of Swords reverse is not the nicest person in America. But like I said, this can be an internalized voice of an external figure. So it could be an impossible to please father figure or former partner. And the things that they've told you, you taking that as truth, and that being kind of what it is that's holding you prisoner, right? So I'm going to clarify this, but looking at, oh, well, okie dokie. That popped out. That is clarified by the Chariot. Yeah, man. This still to me, I see the Chariot card. I'm not going to say that it's a mental card, but it's needing to balance receptivity and action and putting the two of those in one accord. So it's more or less when one receives inspiration from spirit, it's knowing when one is receiving it and moving and discerning the time to move forward, right? So this more or less is saying to me, if this is a person who's played that role in your life, it's needing to move forward from that and to recognize that you have internalized an external voice, right? And to more or less cultivate this balance within. Now, this isn't going to be like, you know, instantaneous, like, bam, I'm balanced on some stuff. That's why I feel like our Eight of Pentacles is here, because I'm not necessarily, like, I'm not saying that this couldn't be money, because I mean, y'all do have a lot of pentacles on some stuff, but I really feel like this is putting in the time, energy, and effort of oneself. So even though I don't have my good old therapist card here, I would still say that. And I mean, then we could look at, you know, you guys could have went to counseling, because I mean, the King of Swords in the upright would be like a wise counselor, like a person who's able to make very precise decisions, right? But I'm seeing this more or less as you guys working with another person, right? To, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess we could just say master the self. You know what I mean? It's almost mastering your psychology. It's mastering your mindset, you know? Because when we get into things like this, and this is when I'm putting my therapist hat on, when we get into things like self-sabotage and like maladaptive thought patterns, false core beliefs, internalized voices, inner childhood work, things of the sort, we can say, ideally, okay, positive affirmations, just think positive, be positive, right? But I mean, if you know anything about a negative voice, like just believing sometimes can be difficult. So, I mean, if you feel the need, if you feel led to, I would most certainly say to reach out to a professional, someone who can help you sort through it, because it's a lot to do in your head. It's, you know, it could be coming out of an Eight of Swords and into another Eight of Swords, right? So it's more or less dropping into that heart space, but balancing the two, right? It's understanding that, okay, you know, I have some negative core beliefs, or how I'm perceiving this really isn't helping me. I've been participating in a lot of self-sabotage, but working with someone to help you start to sort these things out. You know what I'm saying? Because with your above energy being the 10 of Pentacles, it's more or less saying to me, it's desiring stability, security, community, communion, and family, and not just in like romantic partnership type of sense, but it's like wanting to finally feel fulfilled, right? Like me finding my place, my tribe, my home, like, and not saying that like in a mine type of sense, but it's just wanting to have that stability and not, feeling that you're at the will of every fleeting thought, or how one can feel very positive one moment and then the next that be stolen away because, a negative thought comes through, right? So it's more or less what I'm seeing is a desire for balance, not only in an emotional space, right? But also in a physical space. It's like, I don't want to just feel good. I want the tangible evidence of this feeling that I feel, right? It's like, I don't want to be in bondage anymore. But looking, and like I said, putting the work, the challenge is going to be consistently working on that. And then for some of you, it's going to be allowing someone else into that working space, which, like I said, maybe working with a professional, right? But here's the thing. This is what I'm a little worried about, right? Because, see, when we talk about the Fool energy, this is letting it all go. Throw the whole thing away. There's something you don't want to let go of. It's more or less, I'm feeling this energy like, I'll let all of that go. But see this right here? Oh, no. No. Like, no. This thought process right here, this core belief right here, I don't know about all of that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I'm seeing these two together. Whatever this is that you're refusing to let go of, it's blocking. It's almost like refusing to believe something. And it blocking, it coming to a space to where, and it's all heart space, man. This can be two things. It can be one, a fear of vulnerability, right? And absolutely refusing to open up to others, right? Or allowing people in, and that being a huge contributing factor to that stagnation, right? The other thing is like I was saying initially, this being an ideal or a belief or a dream or something within that realm that you're refusing to let go of. So going back to the Fool, it's like throw the whole thing away. But it's you saying, cool, except for that. And that right there, you gotta watch that. Because see this right here? This is what self-sabotage looks like. It's needing to surrender it all. You can't say, I want to surrender it all but this. Because I think it's the but this that created that self-sabotage. So this is a belief that you don't want to release. And you need to. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like a clean slate. And this, whatever this is a huge blockage. Because I tell you, I don't play with this card. Because whenever you shut down your heart space or not even specifically shutting down your heart space, this to me is just indicative of stepping outside of flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what I said with Pisces. A feeling of depression comes over you, and instead of you letting it flow through you and allowing it, to like come and go, you cling on to it and you say, I am sad, I am depression, right? But I'm not really seeing this so much as an emotion. It's more or less to me like it's a belief. And whatever this belief is, and I mean, it could be a myriad of different things. It could be, you know, I'll never have children. I'll never get married. Or, I mean, it could be a myriad of different things. This will never happen for me, or, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Or even a belief about your past, because I'm seeing the Six of Cups here. But whatever this belief is, it was something that was supposed to flow through, but you clung to, and now it's stagnating you. And it's like you're holding on to the death of you. That's the self-sabotage. You know what I'm saying? So this is the goal. And this is kind of showing you how we got here. So how stubborn are you going to stay? You know? Throw the whole thing away. Reconsider. You know what I'm saying? Reconsider. Cancel, clear, backspace, delete that. Really though. Because this right here is the issue. Everything but this. I'm cool with everything changing but this. I'm cool with changing all of my beliefs but this. But the thing you don't see is this is killing you softly. Because you're holding on to something that's not yours. You know what I'm saying? That's not yours. Whew. Lord have mercy. Child, let me tell you something, boo. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do. I really do. But let me tell you something. Something that needs to transform and needs to die. If this is interrelated with any type of little soulmate, somebody that you're waiting on, thinking supposed to be for your child, it ain't coming. What came out is the Death, the Page of Cups, and the King of Cups. This could be a Cancerian person. It could be a water sign person. It could be a Scorpio. It could be a myriad of different things. It could be a Capricorn. We got a lot going on here. Everybody's up in the piece. We having a house party. Everybody here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you're holding on for this. So you are stagnating yourself, taking yourself out of flow, taking yourself out of alignment, waiting on this. With the Death card, that's the belief that needs to be transformed. Anything that you're waiting to come, to be offered, is not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So, and that kind of brings me, wow, this is huge, yo. This is so huge, dog. This is so huge. I don't know how y'all reading became the longest, Scorpio. This is huge. Reconsider. If you believe, it's almost as if this is what you were told. If you believe, if you trust, if you align with this, if you visualize it, this is what it is that's in your above energy. So this is the ideal. This is what you're sending out into the universe. You feel me? But the thing is, it's not helping, it's hurting. It's cool to envision or desire this 10 of Pentacles in and of itself for yourself. But see, I feel like y'all are aligning this with a person. And it could be somebody that you have kids with. But the whole thing is like, this becomes toxic. Like when you're pouring into something that is not pouring back into you, that's when it becomes toxicity, because there's no equilibrium, there's no balance, right? So it's inadvertently taking yourself out of alignment, because it's like you're not putting work into anything and you're keeping yourself in bondage and prisoner waiting for something that's not supposed to come, because that's over with. Like, that's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost hoping for a life that was never intended to belong to you, almost. So if this is in relation to like an ex or a past partnership, or even if we take it outside of the realm of romantic, if this is like career or something you've been putting a lot of time, effort, and energy into, but it has yet to go anywhere, and you've been putting more into it than it's been putting into you, because that could be a job too. It could be a friendship. It could be a myriad of different things, right? But it's needing to see in both sides how one's perception thought process plays a role, and then needing to really tune into what's going on around me and seeing if what I have been pouring into, has it also been pouring into me? And what is it? What is that thing? Because I feel like it's a thing. What is that thing that you refuse to let go of? What is the one thing where it would stop you anything but this? What is that for you? And I'm, not here to answer that for you, but I feel like that's something that's going to come up. What is that one thing? What is the one thing? And let's play a little game real quick. What is the one thing that made your heart sink when I thought about that? What is the one thing you were hoping and praying it is that I would not say? What is the one thing that would be something you're holding on to that you would hope would not be the thing you would have to let go of? That's probably the thing that you're going to have to let go of, because it's not helping you. It's hurting, and that's not fair to you. I always tell you guys, if there's someone from your past that you want, allow the past to find you in the future, because it sure ain't gonna find you in the past. You know what I'm saying? This could be the one. Surrender frustration. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, and frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Spinning your wheels, trying to force it, And here's the key, going back to the whole therapy thing, because y'all know I get buku serious when I talk about things like that, If you guys feel like you've been putting a lot of work into the self and you feel like you're still stuck, you know what I'm saying? Like if that Four of Pentacles is still feeling stuck by, reading books or doing affirmations and still feeling like you're not seeing anything change, it's like, surrender the frustration of trying to bear the burden alone and allow yourself to open up to another person being in your life, not in the sense of just like, another person, but in the sense of, like I said, helping professional. If you've been trying to work on your negative thought patterns and you feel like you have not progressed, it may be time to reach out to someone who can help you with that, okay? So, Scorpio, that has been your reading. All water signs, that's been your reading. Love your freaking faces, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.